Okay, hopefully you can hear us online. Hello. Hello. Who are you?
Oh, hi. Hey, my name is Paul. Who are you?
Hi, my name is JJ, and or not Paul, as some people are starting to call me. No, they're
Yeah,
not.
not Paul is actually a good name for you. I think we should definitely stick with that.
Stick with that? Okay. All right. I'll see if I can get not Paul at IBM.com. So yes.
Maybe the email should be, I bet you wish I was Paul.
Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But yes, hi. Welcome to our weekly Thursday stream.
So that time of the week already?
It is. Can you believe it?
I just thought you wanted to chat. I didn't realize we were working.
No, that's the conversation we're having after streaming. It's just us chatting.
Right.
But so Paul, where do you work?
Yeah, that's my name. Where do I? I'm so glad you asked. I work at VMware, where I am a developer advocate, or as some people say now, an ops rel.
What? That's a thing?
Of course.
I didn't realize.
Because I'm not really a developer. And I think, I don't care. I'm happy to call myself DevRel or whatever, because it's just a name. But I know some folks I guess maybe feel like they then have to excuse the fact why they're not really a dev.
Oh,
and so then it becomes easier. Well, I'll just call myself a ops rel.
Okay.
But you know what? I've spent too many years arguing over names that don't matter, that I'm trying to reduce the number of hills that I die on, and I'm willing to let that one go.
That seems very reasonable. Very reasonable. Okay. Well, so what are we doing today?
I think we're just doing a continuation of what we've been doing these last few days, right?
Yes.
Few streams.
Yes. So while you're typing away, I'll let you focus on that, and I'll kind of a rundown.
No, sorry, I was just deleting existing resources on the cluster, so we didn't spin up a fresh, have a bunch of stuff and conflict, and I'd forgotten to do it earlier. But I'm good. You've got my attention.
Okay, well, no, it's fine. It's fine. I just want to kind of give a rundown of where we are and what we were planning on doing. So over the last, I think this is the third stream we've been focusing this on now. About 3 weeks ago, so this is relatively real time, Docker started to cause some restrictions that really didn't benefit the open source community much. So we put our minds together and decided to figure out a way using some open source software to start caching and or proxying Docker Hub. And it allowed us to open up some really interesting conversations. And we have gotten it working most of the way on IBM Cloud. Hopefully today we'll finish that story and we'll have an Ansible playbook.
Dude, we will finish it today if it kills you.
All right, sounds good. Hopefully we'll have the playbook that is a better best practices playbook using Ansible to an idempotently way create a Harbor instance, which, if you didn't know, Harbor is a container registry that is in the CNCF made by VMware that will be able to proxy in a secure manner on IBM Cloud. This opens up.
I want to correct one thing.
Sure.
I would say what we're doing is probably okayest practice.
Okay.
I don't think we could quite say best practice.
But you're doing it, and you're the best.
Well, while I appreciate the faith that you have in me, the reality is that best practice isn't even a thing that exists, and I prefer to find alternative ways to talk about how we do things.
Okay, sounds good. Well, let's keep going. Where we at?
What does it your buddy say? Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Yeah,
there you go.
All right, so we have our site.yaml and we have the stuff we're installing. So if you've been following along, you've probably seen this. What we did, so during last stream, we had a fairly epic battle with getting the storage stuff squared away, because we had to change the default storage type and stuff on the IBM Cloud so that it would support the FS group security context, which would allow some of the stuff like Harbor to work with the PVCs on the storage classes that are available. So we hacked our way around that just by doing kubectl applying. And so we were then trying to be less hacky, and we didn't get all of the way there. So I spent some time the other day and finished it off. So I thought I would quickly show off what we ended up with.
Yes.
So I actually forgot to keep the comment that had the commands we ran. Maybe it's in here. No. It would have been really handy if I had is it here?
I might be able to dig them up real fast if you want to give me a second.
Yeah, if you want to dig them up real fast, could be probably useful to show what we came from. Yeah. But here's what I ended up with. And I kind of wrote a lot of spaghetti and then cleaned it up as much as I could. So what we're doing is we're starting with a Kate's info for storage classes. And we're registering that as a Ansible fact. And what that allows us to do is then iterate through and check some settings in a minute. So the next thing we're doing is we are importing the template that we got from your Helm command. And what I did with that was, if we look for, so this is the one we want to be default, is the IBM Block Gold, right? So I kind of commented the annotation in there just so that we knew that's what we wanted, right? And then I'm saying, and so I think from memory, I set it here and there was some error I didn't really understand. So I actually unset it here and I'm just setting it as a patch after. Which is fine because the way the manifests are applied from Ansible to Helm is it doesn't fight that setting because we're not specifying the annotation. It's not going to remove them. So it's okay to do that. But ideally, I would prefer to have this in the template itself. So then,
hang on. I'm going to put up the privacy screen real quick, and you probably should do on your side also, because I just sent you the commands, and you want it through Slack, and you don't want to bring up Slack and put it on the stream.
Why don't you just paste them into the tmux?
Oh, I guess that would be easier, wouldn't it?
That would be easier. Oh, yeah, I'm in the tmux. Yeah.
Hang on.
If only we had a way to share data.
I know, right? There you go. Oh. Screen smaller than mine. Hang on.
Something set paste.
I already did that. All right. So now you start typing in this. Yeah, now you bring it up. There you go. There you go.
Did we install BAT? Oh, we didn't. No. We should install BAT.
Yeah, no.
It's a super nice way to do like colorize cats and stuff. So here, this is what we were running. So we add the Helm chart here. We install it, and then we make some patches. So basically, I turn this into Helm template instead of Helm install and save that off to our file. And then I figured out doing these through Ansible. But what I found was at one point, one of the clusters we got didn't actually have IBM file bronze as the default. It had IBM file gold. Oh. And so then this set of commands failed. I don't know if you remember that happening, but that's what happened at one point. I think 2 streams ago. I can't remember. Okay. So what I ended up doing is, because we have our storage classes, we can now do a loop through them and say with items, storage classes, resources. So that's a list of the actual resources. We're pulling out the metadata name and saying if it doesn't equal IBM C block gold, we're going to make sure that storage class is set to default.
Nice.
And then if its name is IBM C block gold, we set it to true, right?
Nice. Okay.
So it was ended up being pretty simple. And I actually think I just figured out a logic issue here. And that is we should flip this with this. Oh, I need to fix this copy and paste issue that VS Code has with YAML. Because really we should be applying the new ones and then fetching them all, just in case something from that template was setting it. Otherwise, we'd never actually check that the first time. So with that being set, this should now get us working with storage, right? And so if you remember, we have our inventory up here. We have our hosts and we have our group bars. And I think we might need to change this. So let's have a look at our kube context. Grab that, but actually this one might be right. And then k get service dash all. Use your things. And then rep balancer. Okay, so I think that is our ingress of 208.
Yeah, that looks right. That looks right.
So that looks right. So let's go back and verify both of those. 208, that looks right. And this looks right for our context. So we're actually good to run. Our TLS issuer has been Let's Encrypt stage, but I think we're ready.
Ooh.
This is a big, big step. Not really a big step, but let's actually get real certificates. External DNS is false because we're using zip. Ingress is false because we're using the existing ingress. And that's why our ingress class insert manager is set to Nginx. So I think we can go ahead and run.
Looks good to me.
Ansible playbook, IBM Cloud Hosts, and site.yaml.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Oh, you're so old, JJ.
It's true. It's so true now. Ugh.
All right, so this is applying the, whoops, we'll just wait till it finishes.
Got a lot of green and yellow text on there.
Yeah, so this is it looping through the storage classes. And when you do a loop like this, it always dumps like the item that you've got. So you can see it's looking at like item, metadata, storage, metadata name, IBM, blah, blah, blah. And then at some point it's seeing that that's not set. And so it's setting it, or it's already not, or it is already set and it's ignoring it. So the green, I think, is it's already there. The yellow is that it's changing it. And you can see I changed IBM block gold to be default. And now it's doing cert manager. And
ooh, oh, is this the CRD problem again?
Oh, I thought.
Yeah, you didn't fix that. Like you wanted to, and then, but now we kick it off again, and it should be fine.
Yeah, so let's just remind ourselves of this issue. So if we pop down to cert manager, tasks. Yeah, so we put this in here. That we're supposed to fix that.
Oh yeah, that until, right? It's supposed to sit there and wait for it until it's happy.
Yeah, so let's look at the. Oh, but it never actually runs that. Cert manager exists. Cert manager.
Because it's already.
I don't want to spend a ton of time on this.
I mean, yeah, you can just run it again and it'll continue, right?
Yeah. retries 18. So you know what I'm going to do? Go ahead and do that and name sleep for 10 seconds.
It's a key binding to comment something out in VS Code.
It's the same in a lot, which is control/.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a pretty common shortcut across different editors. Is it just sleep? It can't be that simple, can it? Let's bring up. So one thing I discovered is because I'm now running a Windows laptop, I'm kind of forced against my will to run all the corporate garbage. And the antivirus stuff started flipping out about me using
Whistle.
What's it called? Brave.
WSL. Oh, really? Brave of all things.
Yeah. So at some point I need to. Is it minutes? So I want seconds. So at some point I need to see if there's a way I can get it blocked. So 10 seconds is probably enough for it to figure itself out. Obviously, this is not ideal, but at the same time, I don't want to spend the whole stream trying to figure out what I did wrong in this block here. So we're just ignoring it. So we'll rerun this and it'll work because the webhook's up now. But at some point, I do need to come back and fix this up. Oh, I know what I should do. I should loop while it's giving an error 500. Because it could be that the webhook is up, but it's not actually ready yet. So the webhook is actually giving a response. It's just not the response I want. So actually, let's while that's running, maybe we could check. It's a reminder if I ever want to come back and fix it. So there you can see it's pausing for 10 seconds and actually gives you a way to continue if you want to speed it along.
Nice.
All right, so it is deployed. So if we do a ns harbor k get pods.
Oh no, wait. That's not good.
No, that's fine. It's because, what a clown. So when I cleaned up, I forgot that I needed to also delete the namespaces. So let's go ahead and do it. Okay, delete ns harbor.
Oh yeah, you want to just start from scratch again?
Yeah. But harbor is the only thing we really need to worry about deleting, I think.
Okay.
Now the only problem with doing this is it does have that block storage attached to a few of the pods. So depending on the speed at which block storage wants to attach today, this may or not be a lengthy affair.
It shouldn't be too bad. I mean,
yeah, it's probably fine. What could go wrong?
Exactly. We just gotta, run someone out to the data center, provision it inside of the NAS, and send us an IP address back.
Why don't you do some song and dance, and when this finishes, rerun the Ansible command? I actually have some bacon on my smoker, and I need to go check on it.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm just going to go ahead and run the Ansible command because it's already shut back up. But let's verify again to make sure there's nothing in there, and then we can do kit or ns default, and then we can do ns. And as you see, we don't have any of those namespaces in here anymore. Cert manager is still there, but that's okay. So we do ns harbor just to go back in there, but we can't because it's not there. So we can go ahead and do Ansible playbook run. So we'll go ahead and run this again, see what happens. Because idempotency, it shouldn't change much. We should see a lot more green text than anything. And we'll see how that goes. This is a modern day, instead of watching a progress bar go across the screen, now you see a bunch of text. It's supposed to be a joke. Hopefully somebody laughed. I know Paul didn't laugh because he wasn't here, but that's fine.
Hi.
Hi.
What did I miss?
I tried to make a joke and it didn't land because no one's here to laugh.
There's no one around to laugh. You didn't hit your laugh button?
No, and I still haven't popped it into Zoom yet, so I can't really use it for, like, it's no fun if you can't hear it yourself. Yeah.
No, that's true.
Yeah. Hey, I got Tolcom, thank you so much for saying you smiled. I appreciate that very much. Yay, there we go. So.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I got a laugh track button.
I'll get there. I'll get there again. I gotta play with voice meter banana again. And then also because I've been using OBS Ninja for my other stuff. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to use OBS Ninja with both and Zoom with voice meter. And I was just like, I'd rather spend some time, like with my kids or watching TV instead of messing with this thing all the time.
Yep, so, I hear you.
Anyway, all right,
so that worked?
It looks like it did.
Oh, we need to change back to Harbor. So one thing I've noticed when Ansible is doing stuff, it seems to change your namespace context out from under you.
Oh, no, I did that.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah, because I wanted to prove
yeah, gotcha. All right.
I wanted to prove that the namespace had gone, and I walked through it and just kind of.
Gotcha. All right. I'll let you be with that one. But I have seen what seemed like random namespace context changes from Ansible before, so I was happy enough to blame Ansible.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to.
All right, so we got
Ansible.
A bunch of pending get PVC. Okay, well that's a good sign. We're bound. So Postgres and Redis are container creating. Ooh. So we should be relatively not too slow. So we'll do a watch.
And it's okay that we're seeing restarts because this is one of those beautiful Kubernetes offerings where you just throw a bunch of stuff at Kubernetes and it'll figure itself out eventually.
Yeah,
eventual
exactly.
Consistency. Eventual consistency.
Exactly. Yeah, I think Claire is waiting for Redis maybe, and Job Service is waiting for Core, and Core is waiting for Postgres.
The database, yeah.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, last time we talked about this, Core is obviously the core, and then everything kind of falls in line as soon as that comes back off.
Yeah, that's right.
But because we got Redis and Postgres on 1 of 1, that shouldn't be too bad soon.
Yeah, we shouldn't be too far along. We should see Harvard Core coming up. Although it does say creating. Why is it?
Is it massive?
Why is it
big?
I didn't think so. So we'll just do a quick describe on that pod.
Oh, it's waiting for the. Ooh.
Failed volume CA download. Oh, this is. Maybe we saw this the other week, and I thought I'd.
Nope.
Oh boy.
I've never seen CA download or see it before.
Yeah, no, this is an internal to Harbor thing. Oh, this is specifically because Harbor we're trying to use
Is it because we're using the non-staging, so it's waiting for another volume mount, and that volume mount isn't there, so it's angry?
Yeah, I believe you are correct.
So if command or if control / is comment, what's uncomment? Control shift?
No, control / again.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
Yep.
Okay. For Macs, it's command. That's kind of a little annoying because my command button's like nowhere near my control button. So
all right. So
Max being different again. Difficult.
Right. You know, I'm starting to see why a lot of devs use the console like in the editor.
Why is that?
Well, for example, here, I tend to keep like flipping back and forth to find like a value.
Mm-hmm. No, that's true. That's absolutely true. Well, we could be doing the live share thing right now too with VS Code. And send me the link, and you'll see JJ pop up on the VS Code editing stuff.
Right. So that creates this Etsy core CA, and that doesn't seem to get used. So I think we could probably create a secret.
I wonder, could you run Tmux inside the editor?
I mean, you could, but you'd lose so much real estate, it would be painful.
I mean, it's just mainly for us to be able to work together and run the same commands, right?
Yeah,
I'm playing with it over here on my own machine real quick. Tmux. Yeah, it looks fine. Actually, looks kind of real. And if you're doing shares, if you use the Tmux multi-window thingy, you'd be able to use the same one on both sides. It's actually kind of clever. Yeah, bring it up real quick. Or actually, when you're done.
Hang on. Yeah, let me get this done.
No, now.
Now, one of my favorite bits about using secrets is if you want a blank string and a secret, you need to do this. Because believe it or not, a blank string is actually a base64able thing.
Oh, interesting.
So you couldn't just do that for a secret. You've got to do that. And then we want this to be inside of an if statement. So this is if.
Ooh. I was able to open up the files from a Tmux session into my actual working VS Code session with my shortcut. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
That's nothing to shake a stick at. That's legit.
Right.
That's
and then we're looking at this to be what cert manager defaults.
How do I go to terminal?
TLS issuer. Okay, so I think this might solve our problem. So basically, I'm saying if TLS issuer is let's encrypt, then let's create an empty secret called CA download and have an empty file called CA cert. Now, if we rerun our Ansible playbook, yeah, so it looks like there's something not quite idempotent with the storage playbook.
Okay.
So at some point we should probably figure it out to be a little bit cleaner, but it's working, so whatever. Oh, I think what's happening is when we apply that template, it's being pulled out of being default, and therefore it gets reset to default. So there's that brief moment in time where we don't have a default storage class, which for you and me just messing around, that's fine. But for a real cluster that people are depending on, that might not be an ideal situation. All right, so now we're doing a get pods, and hopefully we might need to do a K rollout restart deployment harbor core.
Yeah.
Useful command.
That seems pretty useful. Cool. Things are happening.
So now we have the new one here. Okay, describe pod.
Nope.
Oh no. No, I got the secret name wrong.
Oh,
I was looking at CA download, but CA download is the name of the volume.
Is the volume. Oops.
But TLS is the. But hang on, let me just get secrets. Oh, actually, I might have gotten this wrong. This is actually okay. It's just that the secret isn't ready yet. So let's have a look at why the cert's not ready. Right. -o YAML. Issuing certificates. Using Let's Encrypt, kget cluster, issuer. Let's Encrypt does exist.
Mm-hmm.
So why? Kget certificate request. Describe it. Okay, describe order harbor. Okay, press. Oh, interesting. We have the certificate request, but it looks like we're not getting the extra ingress created to actually perform the request. So let's do let me see. Let's have a look in our cert manager. Okay, logs, K-N cert manager pods logs cert manager 6. Refusing to update non-owned certificate resource for ingress.
Should we nuke cert manager and try again from scratch? Because I know we have everything set properly. Because I know it works. We're just probably in a weird state, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, just do the remember your cleanup commands, like the make cleanup or whatever. Run that and just start again, because you have made some changes, and it's possible that it's just out of whack, right?
I'm just a little bit concerned about. Let's go ahead and do that. I will grab. Where's the error I saw? Something about not being owned, operating company fulfilled. Please. this one, refusing to, I'm going to copy this line here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll go ahead and do that. So k-delete -f.
No, you created the playbook to like clean everything up, right?
The playbook is kind of half done.
Mm.
So cert manager is terminating, delete ns, harbor storage. And then while that's running, let's have a look at that error we got. Yes. All right, that's already done. So let's rerun our Ansible.
Just thinking about it.
So actually, we don't need this guy after all. So let me go ahead and nuke it.
Still running?
Damn it. I should have waited. I thought I'd cheat and hurry it along. So let's go ahead and just real quick. Let's kick it back off. Actually, no, we won't kick it back off. Just for the sake of expedience, since we've already run this and we know we're good, I'm going to comment it out just to speed things up a little bit.
Yeah, there's no reason to go through each one anymore. It's
yeah.
Makes sense.
So that actually might be better moving into like a pre.yaml and like run that once per cluster. Because we're never going to mess with storage classes like that again.
We shouldn't. We should never have to.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Seems
yeah.
Very reasonable.
And the other thing we could do here while that's running is in our cert manager, we could do this. Might need to. Never mind. Basically, I was going to say if it's changed, but I realized the change logic is in here, so we need to actually look at. Sure, it's deployed. Wait. We could still do. Oh, but because we're doing multiple items. We could do it, but I'm not. It's not going to be worth the hassle right now. So ignore what I was saying, and let's pretend that I wasn't going to do anything there. So we're in the Harbor namespace. We're looking at our pods. K-get secrets. Harbor TLS. K-get certificate. Harbor TLS. Let's go straight to. Let's try ingress. Still not seeing. Okay, edit. Ingress. Issuer. Harbor.208, that looks right. So okay, get so certificate request, and then order. Harbor. Describe. We have a request out. We don't have any responses to that request. So let's just do a quick get ingress, get pods. In container creating. Edit. Oops. Yeah, so we're still seeing this certificate resource is not owned by this ingress. Update non-owned certificate resource for ingress. I don't know why we're seeing this. Okay, edit, cluster issuer. Let's encrypt. Let's encrypt.
This looks right.
Ingress class. Is the ingress class definitely supposed to be Nginx?
I swear it was Nginx. All right, let me double check. Cloud ingress annotations.
All right. Well, I don't want to. Here's the problem. If we don't get a real certificate, we can't get Kubernetes to do a pull, but we can get Docker to do a pull. So maybe because we're trying to show off the proxying, we can just skip using Let's Encrypt certificates.
Bring up that URL.
Oh, sorry. I think I just deleted it.
That URL.
All right.
Wait, that's not the URL I sent you. Oh, it's got that weird slash and topic and the URL at the top of the actual URL. I take that out. Where the hell did that come from?
I don't know. It's in there though.
There you go. So I like that top important line. Sorry. Ingress or nginx.ingress.kubernetes.io annotations, right? So
Yeah, but we're not looking for annotations for ingress. We're looking at the annotations for cert manager.
Oh shit. Okay.
So cert manager annotations. All right. Well, anyway, I don't want to waste time on this. So let's go ahead and change it to be, where are we? Boot bars all, TLS issuer, so cert manager. Where's our default vars? Down here. Nope. Cluster issuer.
So I'm feeling like we need to install Istio now. Is that right?
I'm not even gonna give you a response for that. All right, if we rerun Ansible, it should hopefully fix this up. Because I think it'll rewrite the cluster issuer in the ingress, which should then kick off a new certificate request. Okay, so get certs. Okay, so now they're ready because we're using just the internal CA. So now if we look at our pods, I think we still need to roll this. I'm actually going to, instead of doing a rollout, I'm going to delete the pod. Pods. All right, well, that's better. It's already almost running.
Nice.
Core. HTTP server running. So okay, get pods. It's not quite, but let's do okay, get ingress. And let's go ahead and load up this fella right here. And then let's go to here. And we'll go to here. And we have movement. Now, I think we figured out it wasn't doing the automatic TLS transfer, so we flipped that. And then password admin. And didn't we set a variable for the password?
Whatever that default is.
I thought we changed
Harbor 123. No, I thought we told it to do that.
Oh, maybe that's what we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and just check that. Harbor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa. Harbor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right.
Yay.
So now, and this is something we should totally automate, but if we pop on registries and we create a new endpoint and we call it Docker Hub, and then it is HTTPS, is it Docker, is it hub.docker.com?
Yeah, sounds right.
No, that's Docker Hub. Like when you do a Docker pull.
Oh, it's docker.io.
It's just docker.io.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's test this. Let's pop back into here. Docker pull docker.io/alpine.
I don't know if I actually have Docker. I do.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think we installed it in preparation for something the other day. Now, we're not actually logging in because we don't care about private stuff, but if you had private repos, you could totally log in.
Okay.
We don't need to verify the remote cert because it's Docker and it should have a valid cert. So we go ahead and hit OK. So we're now aware that there is another registry somewhere on the internet called Docker Hub, right, at this URL. So now what we do is we go to projects and we create this Docker Proxy. Let's just call it Docker Hub. I'm going to make it public just for ease of use right now, but ideally you would mark it private and you would log into it with credentials.
Okay.
Right? And so we create, oh, wait, what?
It's already created the library? You see that?
No, library is its default.
Oh.
It always creates a library.
Okay.
I think I did something dumb there. New project. Wait, what? I was sure we did it here. Is it replication? What version of Harbor are we running?
Unknown.
Apparently an unknown version of Harbor. What?
Everything running? Bring up, check the pot. Maybe there's something you're missing.
Everything's running.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, well, let's check what version we are installing. So templates, Harbor, core. Deployment. Interesting. Oh, we're using so we're using the Bitnami. So we're on 202. I'm sure 202 had support for proxying. All right, well, to the internets.
So the latest is 210. According to the main site.
But like, we're not that far behind. Like 2.0 to 2.1 shouldn't be that big a change. So let's change.
What's the actual process you're looking for? Is it like proxying is what it's called, or is it called something else?
Yeah, we should be able to find it just under proxy. Configure proxy cache. How do we choose a different version of the docs? 2.0.1.
You click on the docs on the right-hand side. Click on that one. There you go.
Uh-huh. And then proxy. Configure proxy cache. And then it flips back to 2.0.
Yeah, because it says right there, as is the Harbor 2.11, the feature is now aligned with that limit. So I guess it's only available for 2.10.
Well, no, that's just saying that it was updated to align with. It's not saying it's not available like before that. I'm sure I did this
under the Harbor administration on the left-hand side. It says configure proxy cache. There is no option for that on the 2.0 docs.
Oh my goodness.
And there's nothing that jumps out. There's replication. You could replicate.
Yeah, but we don't want to replicate.
So we need the newer version.
Yeah. All right. Well, hub.helm.sh. And then Harbor. Okay, so Bitnami does have the newer version, so we should be able to. So if we pop back to Helm repo list, Helm repo update. And then did we save hints for ourselves on how we did the Harbor?
No. I'm pretty sure we were very on shooting in the hip on that one. Or shooting from the hip. That's the term I'm looking for.
That is the term. Just in case. Right, Helm template. Bit army. Story. Wait, how is this not even?
Did you do it in the playbook?
Did I do it locally first?
No, I'm pretty sure you didn't know, because everything gets pulled in through the playbook. So
no. What I mean is, I think I actually started working on this locally, so I might have that history. Template. Nope. All right. I think it's on my old laptop. Why don't you amuse people for a second, JJ?
all right. Okay, so we have a relatively close working system, but we're running a little bit behind the version we wanted to. If you take a look here, give me a second here. Harbor. So if you go to Go Harbor, if I take over the screen sharing, will that break your OBS?
Yeah, it will.
Okay, well then I'll just keep talking then. So to fill airtime, because OBS is weird sometimes, the website, which I'll put inside the chat on my side at least, is goharbor.io, which is relatively easier to remember.
Oh, you know what I might be able to do?
Hmm.
I think I can give you remote control. Give mouse keyboard control to JJ.
All right.
And there is a browser. Do your worst, sir.
All right. Go Harbor harbor.io. So as you see here, it's the actual getting started is pretty in depth, which is really nice. But because of what the work that CZ has done here, it automates a lot of this away, which makes obviously very advantageous to be able to do for proxy. I mean, that's the whole point of automation, right? But I do want to at least identify that there are some pretty in-depth steps to make this work. And luckily using the Helm chart to do it, and then find all the incantations as we've discovered to make this happen, it works quite well. Though, a very important note, it says here you deploy Harbor on Kubernetes. And as much as Paul is going to hate me for saying this, you don't actually have to run Harbor on Kubernetes. We're just doing it because we're trying to have everything encapsulated inside of the Kubernetes cluster.
So if you look at their default deployment instructions, that's not actually to run it on Kubernetes.
Yeah, it's actually VMs, which is this guy right here. So it's one of those things where I actually played with Harbor about a year and a half ago, maybe a little bit longer now, because I was trying to create my own registry, and for whatever reason the default Docker registry didn't work, but I wanted to. Actually, no, that's a lie. The reason why I chose Harbor was because it had LDAP, not LDAP, AD configuration, RBAC on it. So you could actually use Harbor at the time. Whoops. Harbor at the time to talk to your backend LDAP and or AD, which was really important for a customer I was talking to at the time because they wanted to do some interesting things with containers, but they invested heavily into the Microsoft ecosystem, and all their RBAC was gone through AD at the time. And Harbor by default can just authenticate against it, which is usually a paid product for to get that kind of work. But Harbor out of the get-go had that, which I thought was kind of cool. It's very VMware-ish, but it worked for the story at the time. Is that good, Phil? Did I fill in something there?
Yeah, so I'm just going ahead and existing secret equals Harbor TLS. Set service TLS notary existing secret equals notary TLS. So I'm just recreating the command I created to do the template.
Mm-hmm.
Set ingress enabled equals true. Set ingress host core equals harbor.fqd, and remind me that we have to change that fqdn later.
Okay.
Set ingress hosts notary equals notary.fqdn. Set persistence enabled equals true. Bitnami/harbor YAML.j2. All right, where did I miss a quote? Oh, I see. I had one too many. All right. So that is hopefully going to have given us this file right here. Ooh. /temp harbor. Let's just check out image 211. All right. So I think we have our new template. So now we want to do copy roles harbor templates dot old.
Okay.
Oh. Old. There. And now if we pop up to here, we now have our harbor template. Oh. Refresh, and we have our old. So now let's look for anywhere we've done this stuff. So that is harbor admin password, that guy. Oops. Oop. So we need to change our namespace up. So let's say anywhere we see namespace. Replace
Okay.
it. So we'll do namespace dot star space dot star, and we turn that into a regex. Fix that. Oh, we no longer want regex. Namespace, 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 namespace. So manager cluster issuer, and that is on our ingress. Oh, we want that there. So let's find harbor ingress. Pump that in there. And then the host at the end there.
Okay.
It's a little bit annoying, but it's not too bad. And then we think we need to do the same for this fella. Let's just grab that entire section. So the notary ingress. Okay, I think that is it. So now we can, we'll see if just running it again, we'll see if the upgrade in Harbor just works. So it'll actually be an interesting little exercise.
Mm-hmm.
So we can just rerun Ansible playbook. Tags equals Harbor.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Wah, 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 wah. Nope, it's not going to let us do it because one of them is a stateful set. Well, that is a crying shame because it means we now have to do this, which it hasn't taken too long to delete and recreate. So it should be okay. It should be okay.
Iterations are about what, 4 to 8 minutes?
Yep. Hey, so while this is happening, I'm going to go check on my bacon again. If it finishes, if you want to just rerun the Ansible command.
Will do. It's going. Things are happening. Blah, blah, blah. Making stuff work. Maybe, if we're lucky. We'll see. It's deleted, still deleting, unfortunately, as you can see. We have to wait for it's usually called the finalizers, and because they're up, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and run Ansible again. There we go. Things are changing. There we go. So let me do pods. Watch. CTL pods. So see it come to life. Oh, you can't see that. Oh, that's annoying. Hang on. There we go. I like seeing things happen, and if this comes out to the newest version, we are significantly closer to where we wanted to be, because we'll have a proxy, and then we'll be able to work from there. And boo boo. That really does date me, doesn't it? Yogi Bear. Yeah. Oh well, it's all good. Let's see here. Making things happen. Pending. Okay. That's okay. We are running. Nothing's like we said, it takes 4 to 8 minutes for everything to come up, which is okay. It's creating. There we go. Claire is getting up. Postgres are still waiting on. There we go. Creating. And then after creating comes running. Still creating. Patiently wait for things to happen. Still creating, but that's making progress. Running. Our database is up. There's our Redis master up and running. Good. Which means Claire should be running now. Yes. Oh yeah, zero UID. Sure. Thanks for joining. Basically, what Paul and I are doing is we, or more or less Paul, has written an Ansible playbook to deploy Harbor, which is a container registry from the CNCF and VMware, onto the IBM cloud. So we ran multiple tests. We can get certs in front of it and everything. So it's a actual Docker registry with valid certs on the IBM cloud. And then we discovered that we were running version 2, not 2.1 just now. So hopefully we have updated everything to 2.1 so we can get the proxy set up. So then we can proxy through our Harbor cluster instead of hitting Docker Hub to pull things down. Hopefully everything else comes together, and the code will be open source and available pretty soon too. This has just been this is the 3rd week we've been working on this project. Did I answer your question? Zero UID? Gotta love the delay for 2 seconds. And it looks like everything's running.
Did you make it work?
It looks like I did.
Oh my goodness. Did it just work, or did you have to change anything?
No, I just ran it again and everything kind of came up just now. So
wow.
Yeah. Let's actually see it
ingresses
come
are
together.
Up. Yes.
Yeah.
Incredible. If this just works, I'm going to be quite surprised. In a happy way?
Ah, come on. Why is
fine.
this still? Oh,
because we're not using
HTTPS. Yep.
Yeah. So admin Harbor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it is doing HTTPS. It's just we weren't doing use your words, Paul. We're back to using the self-signed cert.
That's right.
Docker and where's HTTPS docker.io. Okay. And then projects, new project. Here it is.
Proxy cache button. Wonderful.
Proxy cache.
Drop down, maybe?
Drop down. I was trying to click on the text to edit it, like some kind of clown. So now it's set to proxy cache. Now what we do is we come here, we click on registry certificate. Can we just do this? wget-o/temp ca.cert.
No, you have to auth against that. Like, there's no way in hell. Well, okay, maybe -k.
It's just a CA cert.
No, I guess it's true.
Oh, no, -k doesn't work. We need to do, I always get my curl and wget.
Oh, yeah, same here. Just do, yeah. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I mean, it's a CA, so it's like harmless, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it was CA cert, so it's harmless.
If you watch 3 streams ago, you'll see how CA certs and everything work. And that's exactly what we did. Yeah.
That's exactly
Callback.
Right?
What's that?
So now if we do, was it curl -ca cert temp?
So you got to put the equals correctly.
I thought at least we didn't put the equals.
I thought we did.
Well, we'll see in a second when it freaks the hell out. Nope, that's good. Nope, so we have the CA, right? So now what we need to do, and I don't think I'm allowed to do it because you don't trust me, but we need to effectively do this.
Oh, yeah. All right, yeah,
Docker,
we'll do that.
Is it certs.d/.
I love how you find some way to bitch about me not giving sudo access to the tmux user every single stream. At least once. At least once. It is not lost on me, my friend.
Well, that's good. So I think this is the command we want. Obviously, you need to make that directory first. Or you could give me root access.
No. All right. So mkdir etc docker certs d arbor 208 43 38 149. Piping music in now, huh?
Well, you're just taking so long. I thought I'd better put some on hold music on.
Oh, there you go. I like it. Surprised you just didn't do the, what is it? The chopsticks? Is that chopsticks? I don't know. Whatever.
Are you done?
Almost.
Oh my God. Killing me. So basically, for those that don't know, what this does is it tells Docker that this is the CA cert for this particular Docker registry. So now if we do this, Docker login blah, and we do admin, obviously you should be creating users, but that's for people who aren't me. Well, that's a fun error. Look up core.harbor.domain. Okay, so somewhere I missed. That's a fun mouth fart noise.
Yeah, that's when I'm really confused. So we got the response.
I think I just missed setting the FQDN somewhere.
Oh, really? Okay.
So if we come to here and we do a search for this. Yeah, I guess this is it here. External.
That one place?
But that's weird because we set the fqdn. Is this a new variable? No. Interesting. We didn't have that set in the old one either.
Yeah, it would have broken here too. We never got to this point.
We never got
right?
to this point, yeah. So I need, was it fqdn? HQDN? FQDN?
There you go.
So I need that. And then .domain.
I think it just hates you. Don't you want to do core.harbor?
Right.
Like
No.
the original? No. Why not?
No, because F that noise.
Oh,
I already know.
Yeah, got. I'm with
Like,
you now.
I already know I'm going to Harbor. I don't need to add more nonsense to the front.
Yep, I'm with you now. I'm with you.
Now, I think the rest are okay.
Because they're all internal.
Right, and I think that one's
and they would
okay.
all have the services to be able to find each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. You're good.
All
Delete
right.
it and run it again.
Well, I'm hoping that this one will be able to just do a Ansible playbook because it's just one setting.
Okay.
So I think this will update the config map, and then if we do a re-roll of core.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
K. Let's just do, first of all, K get pods.
Yeah, I didn't kill it.
Nothing is roll out. Now, I don't know if anything else uses that, but we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Get pods.
13 seconds, 0-1.
13 seconds. Watch Coop cuddle.
22 seconds. Uh-oh.
No, it's good. The new one's running. The old one's stopping.
Oh, yeah. My bad.
Yeah. Don't freak out just yet, JJ. Now we should be able to refresh.
Work on this project for six goddamn hours. You see anything wrong, you start to get a little worried.
And so now we can rerun this admin and password.
It looks better. Oh.
Well, that is better. It's just.
Should I put the password in right?
Admin.
It's not VMware 123 bang.
It did it.
Yay! Yay!
So now let's do Docker. Oh, we have Alpine, right? Docker tag Alpine. So first of all, this is the first thing we want to do is make sure that we can push images up, right? So we do a Docker tag and then a Docker push, like so.
Do you not have a
library?
Yep.
Library. Oh, and I need to.
What? It's just angry now.
I misspelled it in so many places.
Yeah, go back to your tag. Tag.
Just fix it. Library. Library.
Oh, what?
This is.
It's an Nginx thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, which Nginx thing is it?
Oh, yeah. Is it our ingress? Is it the... Oh, God. That's annoying.
Right? So we pop up to here and we go to Harbor and we go to ingress. So we've got, you gave me that URL for the IBM annotations. But apparently I lost them. So IBM Cloud Ingress annotations. All right.
The top one is the default Nginx ones right there. Unless you're going through the ALB, then you do other stuff. So from
These
what I've
custom
interpreted,
IBM are applicable for ALBs that run IBM. If your ALB runs Kubernetes ingress. Wait, which one are we running? Because we're running.
So we're running the ALB because we're going through the public address. If you do, hang on.
No, but what I'm saying is, how do we know which ingress we're using?
That's what I was about to show you.
Okay.
Cluster config stream.web.
All new ALBs now run the Kubernetes ingress.
Oh, sorry, hang on. Cluster config, cluster get. I always get that command wrong. There we go. So as you see there, because we're using that ingress subdomain, I believe we are using the ALB one coming in.
Yeah, but it's all ALBs. But if you read what it says here, Kubernetes ingress controller is now supported for ingress ALBs, and all new ALBs now run the Kubernetes ingress to the new Kubernetes before support for the IBM Cloud Kubernetes Service Ingress image ends in April.
There's a URL at the end of it. Here, if you click on the window, and then type something, just type something. There you go. Refresh, reshape, resizes it.
Oops. Damn it.
I do Control X. There you go. No, oh, I was going to. There's an IBM.biz/something link on it that we could read more about it.
I think it was this one gave us that warning.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. There. Oh, damn it. Do Control B bracket and then there you go. It'd be annoying if it goes back to that one website.
Like, why can't they just tell me which one it is instead of sending me on a fucking hunt?
I don't know.
If only you knew someone that worked in developer relations at IBM.
I know, right?
Provide feedback.
I really should. I'll send out some emails. Put a couple remedy tickets in. See if I get any answers. Hopefully somebody laughed at that. Hopefully somebody.
Like, it doesn't tell us. All right, so what we can do is K-N
Kube system.
Kube system get odds grep ingress. Oh, we already did get. How many times do we need to say get? Nothing.
What?
Pods grep public. Is that it?
Just to get namespaces again. There's an IBM system also.
Yeah, but remember the secret was in Kube system?
Vaguely.
So I think this is the right one. I vaguely remember seeing something about system image. Armada master ingress, that doesn't tell me anything. Well, so I'm going to say that we're not in
Nginx.
the defaults because we do have these set. And these are the correct things to tell the Kubernetes ingress to do it. So let's go ahead and just add the IBM Cloud ones.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't hurt, right? If it's there.
It shouldn't hurt. I'm not prepared to say it wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's set that. And then proxy size, no. Proxy body size, proxy. Buffer size, maybe.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you want. Client max body size.
But it's proxy body size everywhere else.
It's IBM, man.
I know. Oop. So let's do one last search in here for body size. All right. Oh my God, I do not need to do that, do I?
I don't know.
Really? I need to do size equals?
You can't just be arbitrary. You have to tell it. This is new to me. Like, I've never gotten this deep in here.
Oop. And then what was the other size? Size. Proxy buffer size is the same. That was size equals, right? Just to make sure I'm not crazy. Size equals, yes. All right, well, let's give this a shot. Ansible. While this is running, do you want to see if there's some easy way to switch between the two in case we need to try and use the other one?
I'll figure it out right now.
Because I think in that doc it did mention something about that. Oh, it looked like it succeeded that time. Oh, and also, yeah, okay, so we're definitely still running the old one, which is directly against what their docs say, because the doc said if you have a new one, you've got the new Kubernetes one. So you might need to talk to some folks because that's not great.
So real quick, hang on.
Not a delightful experience, JJ. Not a delightful experience.
Cloud, KS, ingress, status, C, string.
You spelled ingress wrong.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, my son.
That didn't help us at all, did it?
No, that doesn't tell us nothing.
That seems really useless.
I think we're far enough along because I was able to do the Docker push. This time it's going to succeed right away. I'll do a Docker pull, and it's going to succeed right away. I can do Docker image RM. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But I also probably need to do it there as well. Docker images. Okay, I'm pretty sure we no longer have Alpine. Apparently we have the one we broke, so we better Docker image RM. So now we shouldn't have this at all. So now I should be able to do the Docker pull. And that has worked.
Yep.
Okay. So now we've done that. We've proven that we can push an image up to the registry. We can pull an image down.
Mm-hmm.
But let's RM that again. So Docker images. Spell it right. Docker images. So we no longer have it.
Mm-hmm.
So now if we do this.
Docker Hub. Not Docker, Docker Hub.
No.
You called it Docker Hub, didn't you?
I mean, we've gotten this wacky consent form that's come back to us from Docker. So I think that this might be what we saw. Remember the Harvard doc said something about this?
That consent.trusty.com doesn't go into any useful either.
Right.
Let me see if I can find those Harvard docs again. No, it didn't say anything about that. Not that it's jumping out at me, at least.
Docker. Pull rates are being blah, blah, blah. All right, well, let's pop up to here. To Harvard Docs 2.1.
Harbor administration proxy.
Administration. As of Harbor version 2.11, the proxy was a bit aligned with Docker Hub's rate limit. Plan to use proxy cache with your Harbor instance. I strongly recommend you use 2.111, which is what we are using. That's what we did. Yes. Yes. We did this. Yes. And we did that. So we've done what they say in the doc. So I would say Docker has introduced this recently.
I like how we can't actually do anything with it though.
Yeah, well, it's a huge website.
Yeah. It's an HTML document that, I mean, maybe you have to like whitelist the IP or something.
Yeah. Well, that's fun. Drupal 8, huh? Oh, look, it's a 404.
Oh.
It's a GD 404.
What? All right. See the command again. Let's see the command again. Docker pull. Try Docker Hub. Humor me.
I know what it is. I bet you this will work. Nope.
It says proxy the Harbor server name / proxy project name. And I swear you called the proxy project Docker Hub.
No. Harbor password. Come on, Paul.
We've already been hacked.
Right? Oh, look, it says Docker.
Oh, Docker. Damn it.
Oh, look.
Yeah. Well. Oh, maybe you need to do, no, do Alpine : latest. Do the full thing.
I mean, that's not going to make a difference. Well, what I was going to do
that's what it says on the example.
It says later? It says Alpine?
Yeah. Well, no, it's actually Hello World.
That's exactly what I was going to do.
Yeah. Project name / library / Hello World : latest. That one. Yep.
That does this one.
Yep.
Yeah. See how they specify library?
Yep.
Docker.
What?
So let's try the other image they mentioned, which is Go Harbor Core Dev. Maybe we've already been rate limited.
I wouldn't. Wow. What the man?
Yeah. So let's look for.
Turns out they took away Hello World.
Right. So first of all, let's make sure that we are on the right version of Harbor, and it doesn't tell us.
That's so bad.
Harbor GitHub.
Hey, you should join GitHub today.
Issues. We should. 404 Docker Hub. Docker. See. No. Closed.
Error connection refused. 404. Helm chart. Second one. Oh, that's Claire. My bad.
This is the one? And he's doing replication, but still he's getting a 404. Well, that's 2019, so I'm sure that's been fixed.
Got it, yeah.
All right. So I guess the last thing for us to try is actually looking at the time. I think we need to call it because I think we've both got a call at 4.
Yeah, we can do some research and maybe spend the beginning of next week working on this too.
So I mean, this is definitely attempting to work because this error 404 we're getting is from Docker itself. So clearly the proxying is getting through, but for some reason.
Can you go ahead and delete everything so we don't have someone come in and try to mess with it?
Oh yeah, I will. But before we do that,
because being that we have idempotency spinning this up now, there's nothing stopping us from deprovisioning this whole thing.
Right. Well, I mean that's not really idempotency we need. Idempotency is so you can run it again and again while it's up.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like we delete it all and it'll be right back to this.
I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
So I want to have a quick look at the settings. Oh, look, they have hub.docker.com.
Ooh. Fix that real quick.
Yeah. Quick.
God, that'd be so lame if that's true.
Oop. Ah.
Huh. Oh, that's weird.
Let's cancel.
What does the provider change? Can you change that to anything else?
Oh, that's what we did wrong. Oh, that's totally the problem. It's already there. And we added a new one like some kind of chump. And so this must be some setting. All right, so back to projects, back to Docker. We'll just delete it. No, we can't. Right. Docker, it's public, it's a proxy to drop down of Docker Hub.
No, proxy.
Thank you. And then
Huzzah!
Yes, we did it.
Yay.
And then just to make sure, we'll do something we haven't done before, which is this. All right.
That looks better.
We are good. All right. So that was just a dummy thing from us. But that's it. So we're now working. So we have a proxy cache. So I think we could probably this good enough to put in a Git repo.
Just to reiterate this, if you are just joining us or whatever, the coolest part about this proxy host now is if you read on the docs, it actually checks head periodically and only pulls if head is changed. So that is one huge advantage of this now. So just make sure that's very, very clear. It's not just it's proxying a bunch of connections. So you have a bunch of machines connect to it and it goes through one. It's not just that. It's intelligent enough to ping periodically to see if now Harbor core dev is up to date or Alpine has changed. It'll pull that.
Isn't that what most proxies do? Like you think the olden days, like Squid and stuff. That's what they would do, right? Is they would keep a local copy, and if it sees upstream changes, it would then pull down a chain.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Like,
that's how proxies work, dude.
I always thought it was that when
like
you were
caching proxies.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
maybe.
So maybe that's the difference. Like a caching proxy, where I think of Squid. So that I think of any proxy as generally a caching proxy.
Oh yeah. No.
Whereas I think maybe you're thinking of a reverse proxy.
I'm thinking of just a general proxy where you go through that one thing, like a NAT, if you will, right? You go through that one and you come out that one.
But a NAT's not a proxy.
In the sense of like you connect to a local server and that server takes over, like has a database or a list of websites or whatever.
So I think
inside of it.
Probably your better example would be HA proxy, right? Because HA proxy does it do? I don't think HA proxy. So HA proxy is more for reverse proxying, which is I think more what you're talking about, where it's not really keeping a cache as much as it's just giving you a single entry point to another thing, like in the same way like an ingress controller is a reverse proxy, right?
Okay. Yeah. Maybe anyway, point being,
yeah,
it's doing what we want, and that's
yes.
all that matters.
Exactly. So. Cool. All right. Well, let's wrap things up, and I guess we can just stay on this call because we're talking together again in 8 minutes.
Yeah. Exactly. All right.
All right.
Bye, Paul.
Bye all. Bye.